There we go. There we go. There we go.
How are you going to already reached out to Burger Shot about it and they haven't done anything about it?
I think another thing that'll help, right?
Hold on, y'all. You know, you're trying to get to it. I ain't gonna.
To other markets. Now, I'm not saying that we want to exclude any restaurants, but at the end of the day, the farmer has to.
Basically, there's an election going on. They're trying to debate which should be the next government.
Take over a restaurant.
I don't think
you guys need to work with the farmers. These are people that are working just as hard as you are. They have products. And
but then would you say though that what if the farmers are charging more than a local vendor? Then why would they do that?
Well, if that's the case, then we talk to the farmers. You can't price gouge because you're trying to make more than the local vendors.
So let me ask you this though: what if we have to price gouge just to recover any of the money that we're spending on the farm?
No,
like a couple of my buddies I spoke to, one of them's got over a half. Let's say I think 1.2 million. She said.
Yeah, I heard that.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Ain't no way. I'm sick. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'm sick. Ain't no way. I'm sick. Ain't no way.
If you don't know who you're selling to, then what are you making stuff for at that point?
Ain't no way. I'm sick.
Businesses or the restaurants.
Ain't no way.
Potential in it to grow. Now, if you walked into one of these gas stations, right, and you saw a sandwich for $1,000, would you want to go back to that gas station ever again?
That's high, but depending on market. What if it say it costs the farmer $4,000 or $5,000 just to get a hold of those items for that one sandwich? The wheat, to make the bread, the flour, the dough, every bit of it, and then you got to go have the lettuce, mustard seeds, all that stuff to make everything you need for it.
So, as a business owner myself, right, I think we all know that I own the mall right here in Los Santos. Now, I have not yet seen profit, but I will slowly see profit over time because I don't want to price gouge any of my items. But I know
I'd say that you almost are price gouging your items though in the mall. I've seen some of the prices in there.
Which item?
Very much hospital.
Been to the hospital, so I got to look at that. But
Speak up, man.
French just said, "What can you comment?"
Well, the power cells are $50 right now.
Were they 100 at one point?
They were 100.
They were. Oh yeah, they were. I did lower the cost. Right now, I'm not able to receive product to my mall, so I was just putting the prices up slightly, so I could let my stock, survive a little bit longer because I'm not able to receive deliveries to the mall at this time.
I mean, I understand that, but then your deliveries going to the mall shouldn't impact the price of what you're selling. If like, do you know, like, it's a similar thing to what you're saying, like how the having the farms price up their stuff, but they don't know why they're selling it or who they're selling it to and all this stuff, right? It's a similar thing in the aspect of like, just because your deliveries aren't coming, it shouldn't mean you should price up all your stuff. Where like you can go to like Sandy, right? Sandy Mall, and they're pretty cheap.
Okay. Yep. I do appreciate that feedback. I will take a look into my prices. Just as a statement to anybody that shops at the mall, we currently cannot get products into the mall. We are looking into it. And hopefully we can get, I know we're out of a few items, but we should, hopefully be able to get some more items soon. But I do appreciate that feedback. I will look into the prices and make them a little bit more fair. Because I guess at the end of the day, that's part of my whole policy,
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, like,
yeah,
cheaper and all that stuff, right?
I mean, don't forget though, this is a new experience for a lot of people, and there's a lot of unbroken ground that we're breaking right now. I mean, we're kind of on the front edge of all this shit. So, I mean, you got to understand there's going to be some ups and downs in pricing as people figure out what stuff does what, man. I mean, there's going to be a whole bunch of shit going on. So, I mean, you can't like fault someone for being new at a business and be like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, look at
everything's
learning. That kind of go against what you just said.
I know, but
with
look
the
at Harry
aspect of
Wolfenstein.
the farm stuff. You said it's all new and all this stuff, and why would you? Why you shouldn't go into a business if you don't know what you're selling or doing? So that just contradicts yourself.
Well, hang on, because I want you to
contradict myself with anything.
Hang on. I want you to take a look at this. In Sandy, Harry Wolfenstein and company have a few gas stations, the mall, and I don't know what else they have their hand in at the current moment, but their gas prices, because they have all of Sandy, are really expensive at the current time. When you could drive 2 miles into Harmony and pay half the cost. So, I mean, are we going to sit here and criticize about fuel pricing or, battery pricing when
it wasn't criticized? It was simply a question of it. It's like
what needs to come first in the city is we really need to get the operators into business. We really need to get mechanic shops opened. We need to get people working. We need to make sure PD have police cars that aren't from the early 80s. We need to make sure that they've got the right equipment to do their job properly. EMS, same thing. We need to get the helicopters reordered. We need to get things like that taken care of. At the end of the day, we need to get the city back on its feet. We suffered a severe tragedy a year ago. We all had to go our separate ways. And when the city was safe of radiation, we're back. Unfortunately, now we're from the ground up. We've been there. We've been in the trenches. We got buckets. He's an EMS worker. I'm going to get my lawyer card. I want to see better in this city. I'm stopping. I've stopped what I was doing to make sure that we can move forward. Let's get the people what they need to succeed. There's people starving. There's people, living out of the bars. We need to move forward. We need to get mechanic shops back open, food places back open. That's the important thing. Start with the infrastructure and work our way up.
Very, very well said, Tommy. Very well said.
What would you say about the problem of there's people that some people are renting like 5 houses and sub-renting, and some people are unable to get homes due to this? Because there's like one person owning 5 properties and fucking pumping money out on it.
Well, I mean, there's no law stopping them from doing that. Now, if that's something you'd like us to look into, we could...
That's something that we would need to work into with DOJ, considering laws about renting and subletting.
Exactly.
Because one legislation in the laws?
There could be something that DOJ has to look into to see if government is subletting and out. That's a big issue. Because if you're paying for that property $4,000 a day, but you're renting it out for $6,000 because you're trying to make the $2,000 quick buck, that's something we need to look into, because that's not fair. That's not what the government housing was brought in for. It wasn't brought in so that somebody can go in there and rent 6 houses and rent them out. That's not what it was there for. That's not a money grab for someone. So that's something that DOJ has to look into. And then, the government that's standing, that wants to be in there, will look at it and say, well, this needs to change, because as the government that's providing the housing, we cannot stand for someone to illegally rent the place out to make a profit.
Right, especially government housing. I mean, the government housing will should be looked over by the government. I mean, at the end of the day, that should be affordable housing for people that can afford something a little bit more. You know, people start to make more income, you know, by us opening businesses, creating more jobs for the citizens. I think we'll have to look into that definitely to make sure that everyone can afford to live here.
Okay.
But you know what? Not everyone's meant to own a house, man. I mean, home ownership's a very big task. Things are expensive, and there's a reason apartment buildings
not
exist.
everyone should own a house.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying not everyone can afford to own their own property. Now, there are apartments and other options for people out there, but I mean, it's definitely something we can look into. Problem's going to be, without working with DOJ, we have no real insight into that at the moment. So that's definitely something we could put on our list of things to look into. But I mean, we can't sit here and make promises about things that we don't know about.
Right.
No.
I'll say this: at the end of the day, the city failed a year ago because of Harry Callahan. I want you guys to remember that. That's who he's got as his deputy mayor.
Wait, what happened with Harry Callahan? The city failed because of him.
Yeah.
What
happens
his
when-
vice, or like just under him?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. And ask me how many meetings I had with him because I couldn't get meetings with him.
Yeah.
But you are both part of his party.
Yeah,
Well, that's
until the
what we
day he was
thought.
elected in, and I never saw
Yep.
anything from him. Same thing
Oh.
with Smithy.
Yeah, Tommy and I presented
Bucket went
tons of
around-
ideas.
Bucket
I
went
went to
around collecting
businesses,
taxes.
people. I gathered so many ideas, so much feedback. Problem was, like, you know, oh man, I'm not going to speak on this stuff yet, but I mean, there's a reason things fell apart, man. He dropped the entire tax rate to nothing. City started crumbling apart, man. Is that really who you want leading? And then look at the rest of his party, man. All a bunch of has-beens. We've seen what they can do. I mean, I don't even know Harry Wolfenstein. That's way before my time. Everyone seems to like the guy, but
He was a good mayor.
I have no comment on that because I haven't seen him one way or another. But the thing is, I haven't seen him in years. And all of a sudden, he's popping out of the woodwork, and everyone's just expected to believe that he's going to be a great guy again just because he was there. Where's he been? And why is he showing back up now? You need people that you know you can count on, that have been there, that have proven themselves, done stuff, work with the people for the people. Not someone who's just going to walk up and be like, hey, I used to be somebody. You know, you can't just blindly trust people, man.
I would like to add to that. I've only been around for Harry Callahan, which in turn, yeah, the whole bet thing, we get it. The people are who matter here, and if the people vote for that party, I mean, that's ultimately their decision, right? Everybody has their own free choice, and you know, we hope that the people will vote for the People's Party, but at the end of the day, everyone gets their own choice. But as I've seen from the Callahan administration, is I never saw the mayor or Harry Callahan just in general. I mean,
I tried
saw
setting
maybe
meetings up. I tried setting meetings up.
I can't
Right,
tell you how many phone calls I had to field from people looking for him, taking messages, forwarding it along, you know, trying to get meetings for things, and nothing ever happened, man. I mean, because the same thing, it's like everyone gets up on that stage. Everyone I've ever been with gets up there, says, I want to make change. I want to work with business owners. I want to work with the police. I want to be here. I got an open door policy. Yeah, as soon as they get in that goddamn office, everything closes. I'll tell you what, Tommy and I were there the whole fucking time. Every time someone needed something from Harry, they came to us and we would forward it along. Now, whether or not something got acted on, that was not us. That's on him. But we were there. We fucking made shit happen to the best of our abilities. So we've proven ourselves. You know, you put your trust in us, and we can guarantee we're going to try to do the best that we can fucking do. And that's more that can be said about some of those guys that they are running with, man.
I mean, me personally, I would like to see a more active, transparent government, and that's the whole thing that I want to see. I want people to be able to talk to the government whenever they need to. I want them to be able to, you know what's going on within the city, and you know, we can't tell the people everything, but the more that we can share with the people, I think the people will have the government's trust.
You're standing in front of the four of us standing here are around quite a bit. I will say that.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
And honestly, we're just like everyone else in the city. We do jobs. I run some trucking stuff. I work EMS. You know, we do the same things that everyone else does. So we're there. So the stuff that affects everyone else affects us too. So we want to see change. We want to see good changes. You know, we don't want our damn police force running around in cars that'll get them laughed at and crap. You know, we can't have criminals escaping. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we want to work on.
The four of you standing there, in my knowledge,
Yeah.
about 3 of you are absolute dipshits.
Oh, brilliant. That's good to know. Give me
Okay.
your number.
I mean, thanks for sharing. That's very informative.
I mean, well, 3 of
There we
you
go.
are.
Yeah, there you go, man. I don't get what you, I don't get.
What are your concerns?
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that,
What are you
Jack?
concerned about, man?
Okay, you've got someone who keeps it in the family.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
So
That means I
might be-
keep shit close to the chest, man.
So there might be some brain cell deficiency there.
Might. Okay. I mean, do you got like an actual question? I mean, something like you're actually trying to like answer. I mean, I could list off dozens but my ass.
So let me.
You know, let me ask you this: have I ever fucking let you down? You ever called me up for something and I said no, fuck you? Have I ever turned my back on you? Have I ever not given you shit when you need shit? Hell no, man.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Crack.
I have a question. I have a question.
You won't crack. I got you. Oh, you know. I was gonna bend down in front of you, but yeah, see, there's that dipshit you're talking about.
I have a question.
I needed crack and you weren't there.
No, that's fine.
But I needed it so bad and you weren't there.
Are you speaking about crack when PDs?
Oh, that's
See,
fine.
and he calls me a
Is that a
dipshit.
good
I
idea?
I'm not talking about crack. I'm talking about the book.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Here's my question.
I will.
Are you guys gonna
appreciate
do
it.
something about the police just going above and beyond, and they're making the jurisdiction and judges like they just come to the areas and they're like, you were here, so you're under arrest. You know what I mean? Even though they didn't see me do anything, right?
But that's. Oh, you want to? You can speak on that.
So, I'll turn that to Bucket because Bucket will be over our Department of Public Safety.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, be the foremost runner to say that working with the DOJ is something we're going to be. If there are issues, one of the things we're going to be doing is talking with DOJ, seeing, well, is there something better we could be doing? I mean, getting clarification on law is pretty freaking important because I can tell you, based on my past history, that there's a lot of gray area that you guys got within the way you operate, even between different officers. But that's not us. That's a training issue. That's on them.
Can I ask
now,
please?
Can you
He
ask
said
how
past
so?
experience. Question still.
Hey, I'm
helping you.
I have a question based on charges because
Yeah,
I
well,
have just,
you wait your turn.
Yeah, you got to wait your turn, man.
So I'd like to add.
I'll be honest, if they're holding us our back,
To build off on that, right? So, you want to give more power to people doing crimes and less to get them.
Said that
Like give, you know what I mean? Like which
Law is
way are
law.
you gonna go?
Yeah, the law is the law. What I'm saying is that if an officer is breaking the law by doing something they're not supposed to be doing, then they should be punished for it. But I'm not saying that criminals should be let go because they don't like how the law is.
But wouldn't
I'm
they
not
already
here
get to do that in judging and all that stuff? Would they be able to bring that case to against
Absolutely.
that?
Yeah.
But
I mean,
your
that's the whole
original
part of the
question was
DOJ.
about like what we're gonna do. We aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. That is, with DOJ to make sure that what they're doing is or is not. Do the second part. Might get to. I mean, we can facilitate what they can do. We're not there to, do things like that, man.
he's trying to.
You get the is flowing, but I'm with them. I mean, there's separate brands for that stuff.
You have a comment box?
I'm good.
You can ask your question.
with the pack.
I have a question, right? I got caught with dirty cash, and fair enough. A few days prior, I did evade, but the only thing I got charged with was evading and possession of stolen goods. What in that warrants 85 months in prison? Yes.
Well, I mean, did you get a lawyer?
No, because
So you didn't get a lawyer.
Well, no,
I mean, that's
because
the problem.
Well, no, because as far as I know, lawyers aren't available because DOJ is not a thing.
Right.
Well, that's exactly what.
So
That's
yeah,
one of the
so
fir-
I'm here to ask you, like, see when yous do, or if you do become mayor and yous are the party, what are you going to do about said charges where it's astronomically out of proportion?
So that'll be something with the DOJ. They're gonna have to sit down, look at each law, right? And if the law is broken and someone is arrested for it, they're gonna have to determine what a fair sentence would be for that charge.
Well, yeah.
But that goes in terms with having lawyers available to fight for you.
Well, yeah, but even the arresting officer said these two charges for the amount of time I'm spending in there.
I'll go first.
And the officer is even here. Even he said the amount of time I'm spending in there for just them two charges is astronomically fucking stupid.
I mean, honestly, you say astronomically stupid, but it's all perspective, man. If you're breaking the law, if you're running from cops, you're endangering lives of people driving. There's business owners. You could destroy property, people, vehicles. I mean, it's all perspective. Like for you, you're saying like, hey, that's a lot for me, man. But honestly, you got to look at it from the other shoe too. You can't just like look at your perspective and say like, hey, that's not fair enough for me. But it's also not fair for businesses to get robbed. And then you run from the cops. I mean, what if you run someone over and kill them, cripple them their entire life, man? There's a lot of shit that could happen.
I didn't rob anyone.
You evaded.
But that's going to be like I said.
And you
That's
had
going to be a
stolen
DOJ.
cash.
It's going to be a DOJ
no.
thing for sure.
I
We
got-
have to get with DOJ.
I got handed stolen cash, and then the thing what got me caught was the fact I didn't realize that I had a warrant for evading a few days ago.
Right.
So the stolen goods isn't
I
a
will
part of the initial thing. But
I will
Yeah, but
say,
possession's 9/10 of the law, man.
well, yeah, I do that.
The AR plan. One of them things in my life. I went. I hated every second of it, but that's the fucking law. I mean, if you do a crime
I
and you
have a
got stuff on
question.
you shouldn't, that's you, man.
Who the fuck are you?
really quick.
I'm
before,
Bucket.
Are you a clone or some shit?
A clone? What the heck? No.
Why would it be a clone?
Bucket sticking up for justice?
I have a question.
Really
was
quick
you.
before your
Fucking
question,
that's
I'd like to expound on. So, Jack, you're around, right? We suffered a big tragedy, and the city was decontaminated and rebuilt. So, a big part of rebuilding is getting everything back up and running. There's a lot of things that need to be looked into. There's a lot of things that need to be changed, revised. I mean, not everything's going to be perfect. I mean, we've been in the city, in the newly rebuilt city for a little over, a week now, right?
Yep.
So, there's a lot of things that we need to look at, a lot of things that we need to revise, change. And that stuff just takes time. It's not going to be an overnight thing, but it's something as the People's Party that we're going to be looking into, for the people. I think it'll be, something pretty important to look at.
Also, if your party gets in, for pilot licenses, what are your
from the
And PD.
licensing. Yeah,
NPD because it involves licensing.
Well, yeah, because I've just been to jail. Just over the fact that like I've been to jail if that means I can't get a pilot license, then I mean, that's like the first time I've been jailed.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have that on my record just to say that I can't get a pilot's license. My dream is just to fly about. It's my favorite pastime.
Mm-hmm. It is something we will definitely look into. Of course, the first thing we need to do is get function back in the society, right? We need to get the economy going. We need to, get people jobs. So piloting is more of a luxury kind of thing, And I did, tell this to Fox earlier because he asked the same question. But we need to get function back in the society, and then start looking into the luxury. Now, of course, when we do that, we'll probably put out a birdie or something, asking the people what would you guys like to see next, once we get that function back.
All right,
Dan, a question?
I have a question.
What you got?
Okay, so to the fine fellow on the right, he said that when it comes down to PD and how they operate, you brought up the past and how there was potential, the way that they went around it. Well, my thing is, why are we talking about the past when that was a year ago? Shouldn't we focus on the center right now? Because if we want to focus on the past, then I don't have any grudges. I came back having no grudges, but it seems like you guys have a grudge with how we operated a year ago. It's a whole new system. If we want to talk about the past, you talked about the past. You said the past. Can I please finish what I was saying? So you said the past. Therefore, then I can hold my grudges all I want, and then therefore, I can go around talking to people about what you guys might have done in the past, and you guys would have lost votes. So why are we focusing on the past when we can focus on right now?
So I'll speak on this because here's what it is. I've had zero interaction with PD besides what I've seen in the gym. Okay, I can't say interactions from the past are the past or interactions from the future are the future. Yes, in the past there's been interactions that have been negative. It's happened to everybody. In the past, I was a criminal. I'm pretty sure that everybody standing up here, except for a select few, can say the same thing, right?
I have never been one.
But you're also standing. Right. But you're also standing up in front of people.
Shut the fuck up.
Might have made a mistake and have been reformed. And honestly, I could walk. My lawyer card. I want to stand up for the everybody in this city.
I will. Okay.
There's a reason why Bucket went to EMS and why he wants to help people. Okay. There's a reason why Nate has turned ahead and now he's a business owner and he's working hard, driving trucks.
Alcohol all
Deacon over here, he's the same person he has. He's helping everybody. He's paying for repairs up at the.
I think you need to put some more
the mechanic shop.
Dye in that
working
beard.
Hard. The past is the past. We're not going to bring up the past because if I wanted to bring up the past, I could bring up some very bad things about the other parties.
I don't think we need to go down that road.
But I'm just saying, we're not going to. We're not going to. The past is the past.
All right. So I'm going to make a comment on this. Because it was geared towards me as well. The whole reason I brought up the past was because I was asked a hypothetical question of what we're going to do if we get in a situation where officers are doing things that they're not supposed to do. So that was a hypothetical question. So I was using previous examples of things that happened. Now, I didn't say that I was going to hold any type of grudge or use that against anybody. But my point was, if cops aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, which was the question asked, what would we do? We would work with DOJ on that and make sure things are run properly. If there are criminals that come to us and say, hey, I was mistreated, I was charged with this, I was charged with that, or, I don't think this is right, we'll listen to them and we'll work with DOJ to say, is this right or is this wrong? And if it's not wrong, is it something that should be changed? But again, I have no grievances with anything in the past. I'm thinking on the question that was asked, man.
I would like to add.
cannot believe you standing me up again. You better not be with no bitch.
That's my last time forgiving him. Hell yeah.
I hear you.
Just start cheating too. You can say that again.
OBG, stay your ass.
You're telling me.
doing? Hey, man. Hey, buddy! Call me at the place tonight. Totally. Hey, buddy. I bowled a 285 last weekend. I ain't got time for this. Shit, Jesus! Shit! The fuck is that?
Jesus, take the wheel. I don't mean no harm. Lord help me.
Nah, haven't talked to Mom or Dad in over a week.
Damn, what fucking area code is this?
You're coming to church with me. Hello, Doctor. I'm sorry I'm calling you on the line.
You owe me 20 bucks. Man, you looking good. You got a problem with me? Don't test me, homie. Please, forgive me. Yeah, I thought so. We gonna bust some fiends up like old times?
But yeah, if y'all have any problems or yeah, what's up?
Unfortunately, you know,
In a sense, it would make more sense in the long run to have a permanent station up that end.
Obviously, we'll have to look at all the people that may have a good position into that, and then also take.
Hello there.
We'll probably get advice from PD on that as well, because we want
How are you?
to be able to function with DOJ. So
Jeffrey Jones.
If we
Yeah.
have PD's consideration
Ah.
on that, it'll go a long way as well. So make sure.
Jackson. Okay. Hello.
I mean, do you have suggestions?
No problem.
Right.
Not gonna name names because I'm gonna give
You know what's going on.